They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And his first pass is incomplete. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. To throw is Taylor. Throwing again. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Johnson. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. On first down, it's Taylor. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
From the gun on third down, it's Taylor. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Here's McCoy. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And there's Tyrod Taylor doing what he does best. Look, he's taken a few lumps along the way, and some people haven't believed in him. But this is where he excels, outside of the pocket, making plays.
As prolific with his legs as any quarterback in the league?
I would say yes to that.
It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a second down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. A fake to McCoy. Now it's Taylor. Forced out to his left. And the pressure gets to him again. Now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, Sean McDermott trots the field goal unit out there. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Here's Breeze to throw. And it's caught. Kobe Fleener. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Breeze finding Fleener for New Orleans first.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Breeze on 3rd down. It finds his target, Fuller. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. With that last carry, Adrian Peterson has gone over 12,000 yards in his career. He becomes the 16th member of that elusive club.
How about that? The next 3 guys that are on the list that he can pass, all Hall of Famers. Thurman Thomas, Franco Harris, and Marcus Allen. No wonder his dad called him AD for all day. That man can go.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Breeze now. It's complete to Fleener. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Here's Lasco. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. On 2nd down, Peterson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. For this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Breeze now to throw. Brought in left side by Snead. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position, because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And Lutz's kick is good. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Coming up later tonight, a reminder, one of the games we circled coming into the season, the Patriots at the Broncos. These two certainly have played some memorable games in recent years.
They sure have.
And tomorrow night, we wrap up Week 10 with the Dolphins heading up to visit the Panthers. Oh, and now he bowls him over. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Taylor. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
Here we go.
First carry here for Taiwan Jones. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Buffalo after this. From midfield now, here's Taylor. Now they go screen. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now a play fake here on first down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Taylor going to try and hurry him to the line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now it's Taylor. He sets up the screen to Jones. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Taylor. Flushed out right. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. And not much trouble in that game for the Vikings. They've opened their lead further. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Shift together here from the D-line. To throw is Breeze. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Peterson gets the handoff from Breeze. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. 10 yards still left on second down. To throw, it's Breeze. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
There's Breeze. And he's got it over the middle. Flainer. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. First down, here's a run with Peterson. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Breeze. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
The Saints on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the third phase, but you see here it can be the first phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A 10th carry now for Peterson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now they'll throw with Breeze. But he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. Huge article in their local paper this morning saying how the 4 interceptions last week led them to that victory. Here they haven't been able to come up with one, and they're losing. Probably not a coincidence.
I don't think so at all. I think you're spot on, but maybe they put a little extra pressure on themselves because the 4 interceptions last week, victory. Right now, no interceptions in this game. Had a chance for one, missed it, and they're losing. Probably feeling the pressure right now. That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And this will be taken at the 13. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Oftentimes, guys who do a really nice job on the wide receiver screen plays are really good punt returners. It's the same skill. Make the first guy miss and then pick up your blocking and get downfield. Nice gain on that play.
Now Peterman. And he's taken down here by the Saints. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The Bills on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. It's a gain of 4 that time, and it'll be a Buffalo 1st down. Now Taylor steps away to his left. Space to run past the 20. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 10th carry now for McCoy. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The Bills on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. He needed 2. He got 1. And that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. They'll go with McCoy. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. LaShawn McCoy, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bills are an extra point away from taking the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They start the drive with Peterson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Back now in Buffalo. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. Shotgun now for Breeze. And brought in here by Flainer. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
A good pickup there, a 22. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now Breeze. Left side and caught by Flainer. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it?
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for 2. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
A fake to McCoy. Now it's Taylor. Flush to his right. Hard throw, incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Here's Colton Schmidt now, standing just about on his own goal line. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They run again with Peterson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now the Bills will take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. The Saints on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 11. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. It's taken to the 26. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out come the Bills. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Here's Taylor. Over the middle here to Brown. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Let's go. Flex round. Flex round. Here we go. What?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
3rd and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. From the gun, it's Taylor. Going to drop this off to McCoy. Complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it's 1st down, Buffalo.
Brandon, this is a good spot in the field to go for it. A lot of coaches call this no man's land. A field goal is no sure thing, and neither is a punt. They made the right choice, went for it, and picked up the 1st down.
Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 2nd down, Taylor. Man open left side is Brown. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Taylor. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. Now the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Flex round. Flex round. Come on, let's go. Flex round. Flex round. Let's go. 38.
Now Taylor on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Charles Clay has tied in the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to. I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Being chased out left. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And they'll run it with McCoy. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run with Lasco, and he'll get this one up to about his 14. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. The Saints on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. Drew Brees with a kneel down, and that ought to do it.